Good day everyone. Today, we will discuss the test construction stage planning to revision with my co-partner Ken Silagan. So, test constructions stage planning to revision are the step-by-step process of creating a test, from planning and writing questions to organizing, trying out, analyzing, and finalizing it to ensure it is clear, fair, and measure what students have learned. So there are 6 types of this construction stage planning to revision. So first is planning stage, identifying the purpose of the test, determine learning outcomes to be measured, define the target examines, decide test format, knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Create a table of specification or TOS. So, planning stage, this is a foundation of test construction. You decide why test is being met, what learning outcomes it should measure, who will take it, and how it will be delivered. Multiple choice, essay, and practical tests. A table of specification or TOS ensures that topics and skills are fairly represented. For example, the subject is Introductions to Psychology. Purpose is assessed to understand of memory, learning, and cognition. So, the test format is 50% multiple choice and 30% short answer and 20% to essay. Then the TOS or table of specification is memory is 40% and learning theories is 35% and cognition is 25%. So the second is item writing test development. Choose appropriate item types in CQ and TF, essay, and etc. Rate clear, fair, and unbiased items and ensure alignment with learning objectives and avoid ambiguous or misleading questions. In item writing test development, where individual test questions are written, items should be clear, unbiased, aligned with learning objectives, and free from ambiguity. Different item types are choose based on the skills being assessed. For example, in a multiple choice, so my question is, which of the following is a type of long-term memory? So A is a procedural, B is a sensory, C is a short-term, D is a iconic. So my answer is procedural. In a short answer, explain how classical conditioning works in human behavior. So, in I say, discuss the role of attention in learning and memory, providing examples from recent research. And the third is test assembly. Organize items logically and coherently. Group items by content, area of difficulty level. Finalize instructions, scoring rubrics, and time limits. Ensure test follow is smooth and balanced. So test assembly, all items are organized into a logical order, grouped by content or difficulty, and instructions, time limits, and scoring rubrics are finalized. These ensure a smooth flow and balanced assessment. For example, start with a multiple choice question. So, easy or concept are types of a memory. In a learning theories, continues with short answer questions and a critical thinking on cognition is end with easy questions.
I will now continue discussing the next stages of test construction. So, test tryout or pilot testing. Administer tests to a small sample of similar learners. Identify confusing or problematic items. Check initial reliability and validity. Gathered feedback from test takers. So, these stages test the test. We give it to a small group similar to the real examinations to check if questions are confusing. To say the problems before giving the test to everyone. For examples, if students say this question is confusing, the teacher knows it needs revision so everyone can understand it before the real test. If many students escape the same question, the wording may be unclear so we fix it to avoid unfair mistakes. So, next is item analysis. Evaluate item difficulty, easy to or difficult. Check discrimination index, distinguish high versus low performers. Analyze effectiveness of distractors and MCQs. Identify items to revise, keep, or discard. So, after the pilot test, we analyze each item to see if it works well. We check which questions are too easy, too hard, or not helpful. To identify which items are good and which needs revision. So, examples. If 90% of students got the item correct, it is too easy so it doesn't show who really learned the lesson. If only top students got it correct, it has good discrimination, so it can separate high achievers from others. If a wrong answer was never chosen, replace it so all options are believable and make the question effective. So, last is revision and finalization. Revise or remove weak items. Classify instruction or improve wording. Ensure the fairness, accuracy, and alignment. Prepare answer, case, and scoring guides. Finalize the test for official use. So, this is the final stage where we fix the test. We remove bad items, improve wording, and finalize everything to ensure the test is fair, clear, and valid before official use. So, example, change confusing words. So, all students understand and the questions the same way. So, remove an item that almost everyone got wrong because it was unclear to make the test fair and avoid punishing students for unclear questions. Prepare an answer key and scoring guide. So, grading is consistent and accurate. Print or upload the final test so the test is ready and organized for official use. So, overall, test construction is a step-by-step process. We start with planning, write the questions, arrange the test, try it out, analyze the items, and finally revise everything. This makes sure the test is very clear and truly measures what students have learned.